everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Good morning, good morning. You ready? You could go finish up, do your thing.
Okay.
I just started to go over the plays. Where'd this go? There we are. Okay, so let's go over some top plays so far. Where's my watch list? Show that real quick. Alright, so top plays so far. We got AFI, SIDU, NKTX, BWV, and RDBX. 4 of these I'm looking for a bounce. BWV is the only one setting up for a breakout. Let's just dive into these. If you checked out our video lesson last night going over these, you already know the deal. But here's AFI. Looking for that bounce play. We had a nice monster move here around 13 cents. Taking off to 75 or so. And now we got the backside. We got the red day. Now just looking for failure to continue lower and try to bottom out and bring in more volume as the trend changes and shorts start to lock in profits as they're already up. Now we got SIDU, another multi-day bounce. This one's been low volume, tricky play here. Same thing with NKTX. NKTX and SIDU, a little bit difficult plays setting up right now. They're not having much volume. But certainly keep an eye on them as anything can happen when they start holding up. So NKTX, SIDU, not my most favorite compared to AFI. I like AFI a little more. And same with RDBX. This one I kind of like as well for a potential bounce off this nasty dip that it had. It had solid green day here, came back, but now we're just fading way off the highs. I'm thinking at some point we will be getting a bounce, so keep an eye on that. But AFI, probably the main watch out of all the bounce plays. And then we got BWV here.
How's this holding up?
Decently choppy like usual. It's probably gonna spike right out of the gate unless it's finally gonna get stuffed, because as you can see the past few days that's kind of been the pattern where you get a morning spike,
All these higher lows tightening up.
spike. The only thing that, yeah, it is tightening up. The morning spike here wasn't as much, so we really have to keep this uptrend intact so that we could break over it, or else if we don't really get much power, that low sevens area is probably going to be acting as a resistance, because that was the smallest spike out of these past 4 days, and we'll see how it reacts to that. Same thing how we look for the bottoming. We're looking for the tightening in the lows. This is the same thing happening to the upside. So if it fails to break down and continues this uptrend, we can break 7, hold it, we'll head higher. But if there's not enough volume, I think this might be nearing the end. So that is that. Now we got, what else we got? Pre-market, some more cheap plays. I was actually considering today trading pre-market. I just missed 2 decent plays pre-market. PTE was one of them, because I'm noticing everything is spiking up until market open. So why not just wake up a little earlier, try to capture one of these plays as they're getting to market open. And it would have worked out here. I just totally dropped the ball. It was really quick. I was seeing it as it just happened here in 24s. I didn't want to chase it, but this offered a nice move here pre-market. I'm probably not going to be looking to buy it here at the open. These plays they've been kind of working out. There's been a few here and there that have certainly worked out. AFI was one of them. As we could see, it's a cheaper price play that had this monster move here. So I'm thinking PTE might do something like it, but based off the history and the momentum of the overall market, I'm still going to be really eyeing AFI and BWV rather than PTE, just because of the price, the trend, how these plays have been reacting. A lot of things just been failing at the open, or given a little move, but not too long after the market opens, it's heading lower. So that is the top watches right now. We got 5 minutes left. Really eyeing AFI. I like this one a lot for a bounce play. But yeah, if there's anything that we're missing, throw it out there.
Viru, nice little pop from 10 to 11.
Right. Go to this area here. Next, we're getting 12, 13. We'll see if this could do it. I hesitate to make this a top play. It does have overhead resistance. It will need some very strong volume. Viru, we have 3.6 million traded, 60 million float. I don't know how much more this thing can do. It did have a strong day yesterday. It had a gap down and then it finished.
Green.
Yeah. Because there it was able to get pushed lower, but the sellers couldn't keep it down much longer. And that is a lot of buying to take it from 7 to 9 pretty much throughout the whole day, holding its trend. If it wasn't for the overall chart, damn, that would have been overnight. A nice overnight. But right now, just taking the opportunities as they come. I know a lot of people are talking about the broader market, all these bigger companies that are way off the highs, buying those for long term. That's definitely a strategy. Right now, for now, just going to stick to these penny stocks and what they have to offer. Some of the opportunities have dwindled out a bit, but doesn't mean it's over. There's still opportunities, whether you go long or short. There's going to be money to be made. So just going to keep focusing on these. Also ride. That's holding up, but not that great. It's going to need some serious volume. Alrighty. What else we got? Let me try to find something to do. Check what other plays on the scanners here. I went over PTE. There's some decent movers percent wise here on the top percent get or my scanner here. So we went over PTE. There was Kala. Had an after hours move. Just fading off of that. If this was a different price, I would like the setup. I just don't like the price. In AFI, I'm only willing to break that rule because I like that pattern so much, the multi-day bounce. So I will be willing to check that one out. NYSZ. Nice move here, pre-market. Going from 20 to 42. Solid move. Now it's just midway. Horrible history. It is around 30 cents here. Caught up to right around these resistance areas. Probably doesn't end up doing anything. Might offer a bounce, but I don't know how much further past 42 it could go. And then Viru. So that's it, really. This thing continues higher here. So So what time is it? Just stalling until the market opens. We got 1 minute left here. Still waiting game to really see what the best setup is, but I am really liking AFI. And of course keep an eye on BWV. Right now this thing is slightly red. We'll see if that affects it here. Because we do have a solid top in the low 7s from that first spike day. On the long term here, what day was it? May 3rd, 712 was the resistance. And then yesterday here, solid double top at 7, the low 7s. So this thing might fail once it starts cracking trend. If it cracks 587, I'm probably thinking it's over. But for now, it's continuing to hold trend, and anything's possible at that point. Alright. Decent hold here. Take the red. Trying to come back for red green. Get more of a push here. Nice. Check out the volume. I've been getting more volume at the open recently. Okay, here we are. Get to Jared's alerts. So as of now, if it could bring in more volume and continue this uptrend and head higher, I'm really going to be liking a VWAP hold and hold of the low 7s. That can set up nicely. Here we are, solid push. Let's continue it. What's the float here? I forgot what it is with BWV. Oh yeah, 4.2. Okay. It's just a choppy play. Low float into a Friday. We've been holding trend all week when the market's been slow and offering nothing. This thing's showing a lot of strength to me. As long as it keeps holding yesterday's lows, I think we can see a solid move to 8. That's really been the plan the whole time, looking for low 7s to test 8. Just a quick snipe. Might get rejected, but we'll see what happens. Ride getting stuffed. We were talking about that for a short yesterday, late day. Ended up holding up, gapping up a little bit, but got stuffed at yesterday's highs. Now we're going red.
Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Gus. You want to kick it? Big man. So I put Jax away right on time.
Right.
I put him in my room and just gave him another pig here, hopefully to keep him occupied.
Right.
So far so good. I don't hear him scratching at the door, so nothing to worry about. This morning, I mean, I'm gonna be so fucking patient.
Oh yeah, me too. I've been taking losses every single morning. Just lack of patience.
I don't give a shit what BWV does. The only way I'm gonna trade this is if, you know,
It confirms the area
it needs to really confirm.
with good volume, because yesterday I was trying to confirm, but we got faked out with that volume. It was fading. We didn't really recognize that. With that downtrend yesterday in the morning, did not set up nicely. But right now it's continuing its trend. Everything it does every morning. Spikes in the morning.
Volume keeps coming in.
Yeah. This one could be very nice.
Testing, we're through.
RDBX is calling my name. I am hesitant to play it, but I do like its bottoming action right now. Not your typical multi-day bounce, but it is way off the highs. BWV's high at day is lined up with yesterday's high. This thing's just choppy. You can see it with its action here.
Right now, PTE not looking too bad. Larger flow, probably just because it's a lower price.
Yeah, right. Solid bounce. Go back. Try to hold a green. That one just has a big float. Way too big of a float for me. I know I traded it yesterday, but it was definitely in action yesterday. Right now, some solid topping in the mid twos. Less volume. Definitely play that more cautiously. The odds yesterday were different than they are today. So this one I'm going to be definitely cautious because there's a volume exhaustion. Volume retreated right away, right into previous height and day, where we got resistance as well. It's the breakout level. So it could turn into a solid breakout, or it could use that breakout level as resistance. Right now it looks like it wants to be used as resistance. I really would need to see the trend to continue, and volume is going to be key because right now I'm not liking the volume. Got this volume exhaustion. Definitely could not sustain this buying and just comes right back. And we started this little downtrend. We'll see if it starts holding up, but right now, BWV, not liking it that much at the moment. And that could obviously change in 5-10 minutes. Well, everything on my scanner is super cheap right now. They offer some good moves. MYSC, 30% in the open. That I just saw. Yeah. Oh, that's the one I said that I could bounce. Yeah. I could retest 42, but I don't know where else it could go from there. It has overhead resistance. Oh, okay, that was a decent call. What was the open? 28, 29. Okay. Yeah, chopped up around there. Comes back, claims VWAP and high a day. And from there, we're working our way from pretty much 10% from 32 cents. Here comes the monster.
My monster. Making higher lows. Getting a nice little push right now too.
Yeah, just the volume's weak. I'm definitely going to be more patient, let it trap shorts. It's only done a quarter of its float right now. Volume coming back out of nowhere. Let me guess, it might spike a little more, then it's going to come back because it's a choppy ass play. Solid trend though. I will say that. If you can keep holding the low sevens all day for a few hours, just trap shorts, I'll be a lot more interested.
The dog cracks me up.
Why?
I'm pretty sure he's chewing on this figure that I gave him. I thought-
Here's volume. Sustaining itself. I'll be so frustrated if it offers a clean move now. And this whole time it's been choppy as hell.
Oh yeah, I'd be so annoyed. I'd be more annoyed than you.
Why?
Because I've been fucking taking small loss after small loss
That
after
doesn't mean
small loss.
shit. I'll still be annoyed.
No, and breakouts are my fucking favorite play, and I've been so pissed that they haven't been working out. And if we get a fucking clean ass fucking, and especially since it's been so choppy, if this is just a clean ass fucking breakout that just fucking rips to 8, I would be butthurt.
Yeah, a play like this, you definitely need to be buying on the dips.
I went in, so I gave him that pig ear,
Mm-hmm.
put him in my room, and I thought, he was chewing it. When I went to get him, it was gone. I was like, the fuck, did you chew that already? Looked everywhere. Could not find it. I'm like, alright, he must have chewed it. Came and sat down, he sprinted back in there, found it from wherever he hid it, and now it's sprinted back in here, and now he's chewing on it.
That's fine.
smart. He's like, he doesn't want, he doesn't want anyone to take it from him. He doesn't want it right now, so he's gonna hide
Save
it
it,
and
yeah.
really save it for later. RDBX.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in this?
No. After SIDU, I want to be a little bit more patient. It's looking not too bad. If this thing could just sustain its volume, it'd be an easy call. Right now, BWV and RDBX look like they want to be top plays to keep an eye on. AFI so far not shaping to what I thought it could be. MYSC, that was a good call with that for a potential test of pre-market highs. Here we are, 10% from it reclaiming VWAP at 32 cents. RDBX on the move right now, hesitated a bit.
I'd be looking for 10 more cents. Five more. Come on.
Okay, potential dip buy opportunity here. Just coming back a bit.
Didn't dip all that much with that volume.
That might be a nice hold of red to green. It's just the risk now is scary to me.
Yeah, I would have liked to see more of a pullback back down towards
But that
260, 255.
perfect setup that we always look for, over 256 here. You're in good position for a quick 10% here. Just gives you a quick pop to the 280s.
Come on, let's see 280s.
Good call so far out of this too. Good morning, amigo.
Good morning.
Scared me. double top there at 275 so far.
BWV with the retreat. Saw that one coming. I even said, I'm like, okay, maybe it heads a little bit higher, but then it's going to pull back because it's a choppy play. Bless you. And now
Yep.
we're back in below 7.
Yep. That's saw that one coming.
Yeah. It's just the personality of the play. You can just see the history of how it typically moves. You get an idea that's what's likely going to happen. History doesn't always repeat itself. It rhymes, but it still gives you a good idea of how to approach the play and what to expect out of it. I would love for RDPX to dip. Please dip. Because my plan, really, what I wanted was high 250s, 260 entry, aiming for 3. 290s, just quick 10-15%. But here we are pulling back now. Let's see if VWAP and trend could continue, because that's the key with this pattern. The trend keeps holding, volume will continue to come in as shorts want to get out.
Beaver is still
Ooh,
holding up.
BWV, red, hard tank. Not enough. Britt, can you go over 5 minutes for that one? Because I'm
What?
pretty sure the key is going to be the
RDPX?
volume. Or sorry, BWV, my bad. Just go over the past few days, you'll see the volume. I think that's going to be the key so far. I know it's too early to tell, but right now I know this has been uptrending. This is reminding me, kind of like what I was saying, as when we look for the dip buy, what we look for is for the spike, comes back down, and then we're looking for that bounce to tighten up. When it's coming down, we're looking for that tightening up of the price. The spike or the dips are a lot less or a lot tighter, closer to each other, and volume starts fading away. There's less power behind that downward move. And that's exactly how I was seeing it here in the morning when I saw how it was opening up. Solid spikes each day. Yesterday was the tightest, near a resistance level. Volume got really exhausted compared to the past few days. And then here this morning, we test the breakout level, that key low 7s, but volume is pretty much non-existent. So now that we're coming back and breaking new lows, it's reminding me of how we look for that high a day break to confirm to head higher. This is reminding me of something quite similar, and I think this heads lower now. I was thinking we could possibly get a quick move to 8, but now just reading the price action and volume, I feel like those plans are out of the book. Now, if for some reason it holds, it comes back, and we're holding up, volume comes back, potential play to retest 8 or to test 8. But looking at things now, I'm not liking it.
I need a lot of time.
Yeah.
This would be like a late day squeezer if it did happen.
not liking Vero.
No. Not great. Got overhead resistance. The volume's not there to really push it higher, and it's got resistance right around 12ish, 13. Just a few things stacked up against it,
Oh,
showing.
it's got a bunch of resistance. Yeah, around, like you said, 12 and 13. All on this level. All in here. All this overhead. And it already had a huge bounce yesterday. And came back green. Now we're getting the gap. I see that as the continuation, but now shorts are going to take over and just short that fucking pop. And that's exactly what it looks like right now. Is looking for a short here. Should be my gap short with that VWAP resistance.
Right. What's open price? Probably gonna use it.
Open price is right here,
above,
1130.
So it's below that. Damn, all these cheap price plays just coming out of nowhere. PIXY. This thing going from 22 to 30. All in like 20 minutes. Less.
Okay, mentally.
You want to finish that because you left off that your mental.
Oh shit! I started thinking about what Jax was doing right now. A little mental short, and I'm just gonna risk this bounce here. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna risk 11 open price. So we'll just call it 1130.
Hmm. 60 million flow, but doing good volume. 16 or 17 million pretty much. Already, it's only been less than half an hour. I can see by the end of the day this thing rotating flow.
Right now, getting a nice little perk.
Yeah. See how it reacts.
Also a nice little perk in volume there. But it's, gotta see how it reacts to 1130 open price. So it tried to bounce, but it got stuffed. How's Ride looking?
Coming back for a previous high day, it's holding 240 right now.
What a
If it
comeback.
wasn't for the float, I would be a little more eager. Because if it was, we got float and nasty overall chart. If it was just one of them, I could handle that. But the two of them. Lowers your odds a lot more. BWP having a hard time coming back to green after that dip. Right now it looks like it wants to use that as resistance. Volume is fading. Volume. Tells you everything you need to know. You just need to recognize it. Because yesterday I failed to recognize the volume exhaustion in the morning, and then the huge drop off in volume, and it was just starting to downtrend. And I was buying it in here as it was because I was so focused on the uptrend that's got going on that I ignored the volume and downtrend, and that led to a stupid loss. It was a fake out at first, but as you can see, it would have been a loss no matter what. Here we are trying to hold. We'll see what it does. It really needs volume. If that could come back, that would be a different story. But right now, trying to test red green with weaker volume. And after that downtrend that we just had, with the volume, the selling that it just had, it's gonna need some serious buying to really push it higher. Wow, Pixie. This thing just wants to keep going. I might have to start breaking my rules if this market continues like this and start adapting to lower price plays moving. Because, wow, the money is being left on the table. I know early on probably wouldn't have nailed that, but as it's consolidating here around 25, besides forget this, just in here, 25, 26 area, definitely ends up offering the move here in hindsight, but looking at it in this angle, we're getting around 25, 26, it's curling, getting some volume, yeah, I could see that. Let's test 34 like what it's doing. Next up we got 36, 37. They are dipping. Oh, this is what I hate with these cheaper price plays. Look, this is just consolidating, going back and forth. But, you know, it's going from 34 to 30. Back and forth. Like, that's a huge swing. Huge swing to happen just a minute like that. And it being still consolidating. Just too much to handle for me. Rutech. No volume going on. Got the 253 breakout, so just have to wait for that. Volume really has to come back for that breakout, but right now it's really just a waiting game, as nothing's really setting up.
It's popping. The house is popping. Damn it. What? Unreal.
This is just hilarious. You start trying to look for shorting because you're tired of losing. Oh. That came back quick. Serious volume. Like we were, what, just 5-10 minutes ago we were talking about it. We were at, what was the volume I was talking about? 16 million? 17?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on there? Hey. That was an incredible move from Viru. And there's a test 12 that I was expecting, that we were talking about pre-market, and if it kept holding 10. See, this is what happens when shorts fail to break something down. This is the possibility. This is the short squeeze. Really not much to really say. You can map it out. You have the whole spike, nasty overhead resistance. I was getting a bit short bias on it as well, just looking at the overhead resistance and weaker volume generally on the day compared to the history.
Weaker volume, fade in volume.
But the failure for them to break it down leads to this. It's going to lead to the volume coming in that we've been looking for. Almost $1.50 from where Jared was shorting, mentally, to clarify, mentally shorting, still practicing it. What a move. What a move. But this is the possibilities with these plays. When they fail to break down, shorts are covering, dip buyers come in, you get the imbalance with supply and demand in the moment, and you get these rocket moves within a few minutes. You could be up 10-20%. They don't always work like that. Sometimes they do need to take a little bit of time to get where you want, but nonetheless, that move of at least 10% is typically there. Yeah, I don't really see anything from me right now. I'm not really comfortable with any of these plays.
No, with like Viru, I see the open price reclaim. It's fine. This is just a mental. I'm just practicing. I still need to track it and get the data before I start really shorting.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
But either way, I mean, I wouldn't be playing this as an open price play. I just think it has too much overhead resistance.
And that's why I was staying away.
And with how the market is right now, how everything's just getting stuffed, like, you know, it's not. I don't think it's ideal. I mean, I'm fine with if this runs, like, just letting it run without me.
If this fails to break down at some point, again, I don't see why not. If overall the market isn't doing spectacular, and there are not many plays holding their gains, I'm gonna be eyeing the one that is holding its gains, because that's gonna be the one that most likely break short sellers' expectations and invite more buyers in there. So as long as this thing fails to break down, what are other resistance levels? So we did mention the 13 area is going to be resistance as well. After that, it's looking to test 14, low 14s. So yeah, just a waiting game here for this one if it were set up later on. I've been very hesitant to play things early, as I have been recently, and it's been biting me in the ass.
Jax,
Hey.
no. And the scary part is about shorting too is that when you're going long, how often do you think, Fatty, you have to go through a panic to where, you know, it washes through your stop? Hey, knock it off.
We're not doing this.
Go lay
We're not
down.
doing this.
Go lay down.
No biting.
But how often do you think you have to go through? Hey,
Nope, we're not doing this. We're on live stream. Get off. Come on. Here's your toy.
go.
Here's your toy. Come on. You want this? You want this? How often do I
Yes, how often do you,
go through a panic?
if you're long, how often do you think you have to go through a panic to where you're long and it fucking just washes through and you're taking a nasty loss because
It's been
such a-
years.
Okay, with short selling, this is like the same thing, except it happens a lot more often.
It has been a long time since I've been caught in an, at least to my knowledge, like from what I remember, I probably have maybe in the past year once, but really ever since setting myself in good positions of trading, almost never happens. Early in my journey, yeah, I'm buying at random prices, buying top end of the range. I'm gonna get a bad play. That panic span we're talking about, not just, you know, it really retreats 10%. We're talking about nosedive 20-30% play. That's happened to me before. One time I was on the road, red light, looking at it. Ooh, I'm up 3%. Take a look at the light, see if it turned green. I look back, I'm down 30%, all in a matter of seconds. And that was like 4 years ago, but that was ever since then. I've been a lot traumatized. So I really started learning after that experience. No. Well,
out of all the toys, you gave him that one.
He doesn't have shit. Come on. All this is black.
Here we are. We're squeezing up to 13. It's just a puppy. It's something we gotta deal with for right now. There's nothing else I can do unless I need to start waking up at like 4:30 and taking him on walks fucking for the crack of dawn. Look at him.
Nice.
He's a cute little bugger. Veer is really kind of pissing me off.
Because it just keeps heading higher, and you think at some point it should just fail miserably.
Yeah, I thought this was...
That's a push. Damn. Over 20% right there. That is a solid move. That was a nice open price play. It blew right through that. 1127 level, even through the high, getting it at 1180. Chasing it there, but this is hindsight, as it's not a market to be chasing anything. Nice. Welcome back, brother.
Did you see that whole thing, Drew?
What thing?
How Jax gets inside.
Hey, what are we doing?
He's like, fuck you, lock me outside.
Oh my god.
Here.
What's
Do your
up?
thing. I'm already devastated with fever.
With what? Oh, you're done?
Someone's gotta keep this fucker occupied. I'm not gonna trade anything.
Okay, let me see what there is. Because the mornings have been slow, and if I'm not going to really trade anything, we don't have any questions, we'll just take a break. MULN is coming back. I don't like the history of that. I just want to check that out intraday, see what it's doing. Trying for an open price play here. Held that up. Where we go? Around 102. Held that area. Held VWAP. Is trying to come back, test pre-market highs. But if we take a look at the long-term chart here, there's not really much for us. Just huge fade, downtrend. At some point, these plays will be offering moves. Like, they're gonna start bouncing. But we really need to see some volume. We need to see something. But you know, with this market environment, I'm okay with missing some plays. I'm green on the week, so if there's nothing today, and I finish the week, or yeah, the last day here with no trades, fine by me. I this thing could do. It really was just gonna need some volume. What's that? Stop. Okay.
How's this looking?
Might be getting it here.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Jackson, no, lay down.
Sit down.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that.
We're waiting on this one here. Let's see how it sets up. Got 39 set high. The pattern is if it breaks that high, that's the entry for the move. Solid push right here. Let's see if we could hold and we get the push higher. Right now, looking at the level 2, definitely in the favor of the buyers. Okay. A little bit of a starter. 4,000 shares, 39.6.
Okay, I see. I never got a fill. That's fucking great.
I need to do the math real quick. These smaller price plays, they just fuck me.
I have no idea how much I'm buying right now. To be honest with you.
You're buying about 3,000. And
No.
you're buying up here. What do you mean no? It's a yes. That's math, Jared.
I like the volume that's coming in.
Yeah. Do I want to
What I really like about the app on TD Ameritrade is it tells me how much money I'm using.
This thing's not looking too encouraging right now. I need some time to develop. Give me another move like you just did from 37 to 41. Give me that and I'm done. Get to the mid 40s and I'm done. I'll probably be risking view up. If it starts cracking that, breaking trend, having a hard time holding up, I'm just gonna cut it for a penny or so, penny and a half. On a starter, it's only gonna be like $50 or so, 60. Here's the pullback. Of course, of course, of course.
So far, low volume though. Real light volume.
Snarl. Haha. Low volume dip here. Keep holding up. This is why we always start off with a starter. Just in case something doesn't work our way, we could cut it for a smaller loss than if we were to be full size. And if it does work out, I'm going to be adding into this as it holds, and that'll maximize my gains. So it's very important, I think, to start off with a starter. I sometimes don't. I sometimes just smack it. But whenever I'm very speculative of a play or feeling nervous, just take it, just a small size. What's the worst that happens? You lose a tiny bit of money. It's not the end of the world. Come on, get above 40. It's an A, it's the first one. Do you mind over there, Jax Rue? Come on. Come on. Tell me if I lose.
You know what? You try having a puppy. You wanted a damn puppy so bad. We were talking about it. Go ahead, get a puppy. See how it goes.
But he didn't. He realized it'd be a bad move.
Yeah, well, he'll be done being annoying in a few months.
I could see that it's getting to you that everyone is bothered by him.
Yes, it is.
Apparently the house hates him too. Oh. Oh my god. Do something, this like move. I'm gonna warm up my coffee. Almost done here.
Volume's really dropping off. I got him an outside crate. That makes you feel any better? Oh, man. I can't believe Viru pissed me off.
RDBX.
X. I was like, and that's a new high of day. Hey. It's a pretty comfy spot back there, like this. Pretty comfy. At least Jax thinks so. Huh. Is that your... Ow! Fucker. I just want to pet you. I'm about to get attacked. There we go, new high of day. I'd still be looking for a push into the 280s here. If I was buying at 255, 256, this morning high of day, it does hold, makes higher lows.
if you're buying in here in the low 260s. You know, ideally you're looking for 280s, 290s.
We're probably gonna wrap it up here.
We were still holding up.